Good day everyone! So before we move on to the main agenda of this video, let's define first what is a chemical reaction. A chemical reaction is a process where the reactants reacts chemically and a chemical changes happens. This results in a chemical transformation wherein a new substance will be produced. Combustion, photosynthesis, and oxidation are some examples of it. So we already knew the definition and some examples of chemical reaction, and now we can proceed to the mechanism of chemical reaction in the environment.
Let us identify the mechanisms of chemical reaction in our environment. Chemicals can either enter the air, water, or soil when they are produced, used, or disposed. Climate change can exacerbate or worsen the effects of pollution in our health. When the temperature is warm, it increases our exposure to toxic chemicals which may hinder the ability of our body to adapt to climate change and make us vulnerable. That is how chemicals react in our environment.
Importance of chemical reaction in the environment. Prepare thousands of compounds that are commonly used in many industries such as the manufacture of medicines, manufacture of fertilizers, manufacture of fuel, manufacture of plastics, food industries, and manufacture of car batteries. Chemical reactions are how new forms of matter are made. While nuclear reactions also may produce new matter, nearly all the substances we encounter in daily life are the results of chemical changes. Chemical reactions help us to understand the properties of matter. By studying how a sample interacts with other matter, we can learn its chemical properties. These properties can be used to identify an unknown specimen or to predict how different types of matter might react with each other. By observing chemical reactions, we can understand and explain how the natural world works. Chemical reactions turn food into fuel for your body, make fireworks explode, cause food to change when it is cooked, make soap remove grime, and much more. Exciting and entertaining chemical reactions pique interest in science. These types of demonstrations encourage people to ask questions and may lead them into science-related careers.
Also, chemical reactions help us to solve crimes and explain mysteries. By analyzing the blood and tissue samples, for example in a crime scene, the police can identify the perpetrators of the crimes. Chemical reactions are also the tools that we use to date fossils, analyze the ancient materials, and better understand how our past ancestors lived. By observing the chemical reactions in outer space, we can identify and describe the other planets that exist out there. We can even determine which planets and moons that are likely to be able to sustain life. Without chemical reactions, nothing would ever change. Atoms would react atoms, new molecules wouldn't form, no organisms could live. If matter didn't react with other matter, the universe would be extremely boring and empty. Chemical reactions are important for plants to grow. Plants and some other organisms enjoy life and employ the process of photosynthesis to produce oxygen, carbohydrates from sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide. Chemical reactions are responsible for the conversion of carbon dioxide and water molecules into sugar and oxygen, the oxygen that we humans use to live. Also, chemical reactions are all around us. It is central to our existence and leads our chemical research into the human body and so much more. Our body lives and grows because of chemical reactions. There are so many different chemical reactions that can keep occurring in our day-to-day life without us even knowing. The next one we'll talk about is the bad effects of chemical reaction in the environment. The environmental pollution resulting from the emission of some harmful gases from these chemical reactions. Fuel burning is one of the reactions that pollute the environment because it produces a lot of harmful gases that affects humans and the environment, such as carbon, sulfur, and nitrogen oxides. CO2 or carbon dioxide gas acts as a greenhouse effect because it prevents the penetration of the thermal rays produced from the Earth to the outer space.
The spread of cancer tumors increases in the country that uses coal as fuel because its burning causes air pollution with poisonous substances that infect humans with lung cancer. Sulfur oxides cause respiratory system malfunction and building corrosion because they are acidic gases. Nitrogen oxides affect the nervous system and the eye because they are poisonous acidic gases. The release into the air of chemicals and particles can cause direct damage to the troposphere, alter the composition and function of atmospheric layers, or other indirect damages. environmental pollution, resulting from the emission of harmful gases from these chemical reactions. Fuel burning, burning of coal and cellulose fibers produce a lot of pollutant gases that affect our environment. For example, fuel burning is one of the causes of environmental pollution due to the presence of harmful gases. The products of fuel burning are nitrogen oxides, sulfur oxides, sulfur trioxide, carbon oxides. Acid rain. In connection to the environmental pollution to the emission of harmful gases, acid rain may also occur because of the pollution in the air. Fossil fuels, such as coal and oil that burn in power stations, factories, or our home produce acid gases. These acid gases were blown into the sky where it mixes with the clouds, causing the rain to become more acidic. Acid rain can be extremely harmful to forests because when acid rain seeps into the ground, it can dissolve nutrients such as magnesium and calcium that trees and other plants need to be healthy. Climate change, global warming.
Of course, you are wondering what are the possible ways to limit the bad effects of chemical reactions in the environment. So here, I will give you some possible ways to lessen the bad effects of chemical reactions. First, we all know that this is common, but it is important to always do the reduce, reuse, and recycle, or the 3 R's. Lessen your usage of products, buy only what you need, and always read the label and follow the instructions. Next, use a less toxic chemical or product if it is available that fits your needs. The chemicals that are most harmful to our bodies and environments are reduced by moving up the spectrum to healthier products. So, try using chemical-free cleaning products, or you can make your own cleaning products as well. Also, avoid using incompatible chemicals together, as this may result in a hazardous reaction that could lead to an explosion or fire, production of toxic gas, accelerated corrosion, or an exothermic reaction. Next is to use energy more efficiently and also consider using renewable energy. This will generate energy from fossil fuels without releasing any greenhouse gases, which will help reduce air pollutants. Lastly, we encourage those working in energy efficiency to consider not only how to decrease energy use, but how to do so using the least toxic materials possible.